The following is a public service announcement for all Montrealers.
Language laws got you down? Well, it's time to let go of Legault and head down the 401. Here are 20 reasons why you should ditch Montreal and move to Toronto. Number 1. Language. Wouldn't it be nice to not have the government monitor what language you speak at home? Do you really want to live in a place where this could happen? Hey Google, what's the weather like tomorrow?
Je ne sais pas ce que vous dites, veuillez parler uniquement en français.
Number 2. Sports. You can watch the NBA and Major League Baseball live in person in Toronto with the Raptors and the Blue Jays. And no, you don't have to become a Leafs fan. You can still cheer for the Habs, though it'll be hard to find more than one Habs game a week on TV. And as a former Montrealer living in Toronto for over 20 years, I can assure you that there is nothing sweeter than living in Toronto and watching firsthand the Leafs collapse during every playoff run. It's priceless. Number 3. Transportation. Toronto has subways, buses, and streetcars, and the new LRT is only 1 year away from completion. Toronto's roads are much better than Montreal's and have way fewer potholes. Toronto drivers? Marginally better than Quebec. And don't forget the price of gas. By the way, it's gas here, not gas. It's still expensive in Toronto, but cheaper than Quebec. Oh, and you can turn right on a red light. Number 4, the economy. Toronto is Canada's economic hub and the largest contributor to the Canadian economy. Toronto is a commercial, distribution, industrial, and financial center. Even the Bank of Montreal's headquarters is located in Toronto. Number 5, food. I will concede that Montreal is probably one of the best places in the world for food. And while there's no Schwartz's or orange julep equivalent in Toronto, the Six has some excellent cuisine. And if you're worried about bagels, there are several Montreal-style bagel shops that come close to Fairmount and St. Viator. And worst case, you can now order St. Viator online and they'll ship it to Toronto the next day. Number 6, the Bata Shoe Museum. Montrealers, you have lived your whole life in a city without a shoe museum. I don't know how you've done it, but it's time to move to Toronto, home of the world-famous Bata Shoe Museum. This is a game changer. Number 7, taxes. Ontario has both lower sales tax and lower income tax, so you're saving money all over the place. Plus, you only have to file one tax return. Number 8, retail. To name but a few, we have Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Nordstrom, Cheesecake Factory, and Whole Foods. You need Whole Foods. Where else can you spend $12 on a single spear of organic asparagus? Number 9, OHIP coverage. Snowbirds. Did you know that if you live in Ontario, you can travel outside of Canada for up to 212 days and still maintain your OHIP coverage? In Quebec, it's only 183 days, which means if you live in Ontario, you could spend one whole extra month in Florida every winter and still maintain your Canadian healthcare. Number 10, weather. If you're looking for a break from all that shoveling in the winter, Toronto's winters are milder than Montreal's, so save your back and head to Toronto. Number 11, the dark side. You're probably saying, there's no way I'm moving out of Quebec. How will I ever watch Bleu Nuit? Do they even have Bleu Nuit anymore? Oh, that brings back memories. Anyhow, there have been great advances in technology, and thanks to the internet, you can still support a Montreal-based business by watching Pornhub on your computer or mobile devices. Number 12, festivals. Montreal has the Jazz Festival and Just for Laughs, but Toronto has tons of festivals, including many of its own Just for Laughs shows, street and music festivals, plus the world-renowned Toronto International Film Festival. Number 13, alcohol. While we still can't buy beer at the Dépanneur, by the way, they're called convenience stores here, you are now able to buy beer and wine at grocery stores, and not only at the LCBO and beer store. A huge leap forward for mankind. Number 14, airports. Toronto has 2 airports, Pearson and the downtown Billy Bishop Airport. Just think of it, traveling to Europe or Hawaii, Asia, and not having to connect through Toronto because you're already in Toronto. Number 15, landmarks. Yes, you have Old Montreal and Mount Royal, but Toronto has the CN Tower, the beach, Scarborough Bluffs, the Distillery District, Casa Loma, and that really cool Toronto sign in front of City Hall. Number 16, contests. You know all those contests you see in magazines or on TV or on the internet and they say, not valid in Quebec? Well, now you can enter those. Number 17, the apostrophe. We have them. You're able to use them. There are no laws that ban the apostrophe. Number 18, Peloton. Did you know that Peloton does not deliver to Quebec? For your health and to maintain that tight butt, it's time to move to Ontario. Number 19, family. If you're over 60, there's a pretty good chance your kids or grandkids already live in Toronto. So what are you waiting for? And finally, number 20, housing. I know what you're going to say. Housing prices are so much higher in Toronto. True. But prices have come down in the last few months. So there's no time like the present, and there's no one better suited to find you a place to live in Toronto than me. And I promise, you can speak whatever language you want in the house I find you.